Good morning, my people out there in the digital space. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Let me get right into it because I don't want to be here long. This is your boy, Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact you get up each and every day to earn it. You have a God-given right to keep it, so it's always my purpose, my passion, and my intent to come out here and share some content with my people so that they can keep more of their money. It's not about how much money you're able to make. It's about how much money you're able to keep. The money that you're able to keep is what you're able to use to build generational wealth, to go on trips, to enhance your lifestyle, things of that nature. But you can't do any of those things off of leftovers. Two things that are constant in life, all right? And that is death and taxes. And even when you die, you pay a tax when you leave this earth, when you take your last breath. I want to talk about taxes. We already know about death, right? Death comes to us all. We were created from the dust, and dust we will return. Thus says the word of God, right? I want to talk about taxes. And here's the thing about taxes. We as taxpayers, we lose a lot of our income, at least almost upwards of 33% of our income to taxes. Why? Because of the fact that we live in a society where taxpayers have to pay taxes. Now, most of the taxes that leaves your income is pre-tax, okay? Your income tax, that's 28% already gone, all right? Then after that tax is gone, your income tax is gone, now you're stuck with what's left over. But the taxes doesn't stop. You got inflation is a tax. That's roughly between 3 and 4% already, based off the economy. All right. Now, after inflation, now you have Avalon tax. You have property tax. You got sales tax. The list goes on and on and on. But I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest tax that I had to experience, that I had to overcome, and I want my people who hear my voice to overcome, is a tax called ignorance tax. All right, a tax called ignorance tax. We're gonna live in life to where life is always gonna ask us questions, and we have to be able to answer those questions that life presents us. All right. And every time life asks us a question that we're not able to answer, we pay what we call an ignorance tax. It doesn't necessarily always have to be paid in monetary value. It will be paid in some other type of form, right? But life will always ask us a question, and we have to be able to answer the question. And when we're not able to do that, we pay what we call an ignorance tax. Now, in the tax game, because of the fact that we earn income in this society, and every income that is earned has to be taxed, if we're not able to answer the tax question as far as how do I save money on the money that I earn to where I can keep most of my money. If life asks you that question, you don't have the answer, you're going to pay a hefty ignorance tax. I had to pay a hefty ignorance tax long before now when I was overpaying in taxes. Big Unc, was living in my pocket, was living in my bank account. And every time I earn income, he will always beat me to my money. That's that pre-tax I was telling you about. If you're a wage income earner, Unc will see your paycheck before you will see it. That's truth, right? All those pre-tax are going to come out, but the biggest one is your income tax is going to come out. For every dollar that you earn, whether it's through 80 hours of work or overtime or even on your bonus, you're going to be taxed. And then you're going to be stuck with the leftovers. And then at the end of the year, you're still going to have a tax bill. So how do we overcome that? We have to answer the tax questions that presents us each and every day, each and every week, each and every month, each and every year. And what I did, I put together through my own experience, through my own intellectual property that I've acquired through by being a tax professional. I created a book, if you will. And inside that book, you're going to have answers to those tax questions as far as how can I take the trip that I just went to on Vegas and turn that into a tax deduction? How can I go out and deduct the meals or the entertainment that I went on? I just saw this past weekend a lot of folks went to the Kentucky Derby. I know they spent money on that for that event. Believe it or not, you can deduct that Kentucky Derby. Yes, it was all fun and games for entertainment purposes, but what if the tax codes allow you to deduct that Kentucky Derby? There is a way that you can do that, but you got to understand there's a tax code that you have to be aware of so that you can apply it. And that's what's happening in this book. In this book, you're going to have tax codes that's going to give you some tax awareness. And then you're going to see some examples to where you can apply these tax codes to help you lower your tax liability. And for every $3 of tax of deductions, that's $5 that will show up in your tax refund. I'll give you an example. All right, let's just say you have $15 in deductions. All right, well, that's $5,000 that could potentially show up in your tax refund, right? But you got to position yourself, because this is all about position. You got to position yourself to where you can get access to these tax codes that you are not able to leverage right now, all because of the fact that you don't have the awareness, and the awareness doesn't put you in the position to get these tax savings. I was doing a client working on their taxes, and he had a tax bill, but he wasn't in a position to get access to the other tax codes where he can lower his tax liability. All right. Therefore, he had to pay a nice little check to Big Unc at the end of the year. Yes, he was paying his taxes throughout the year, but he didn't have any other taxes that he can claim on his tax return to allow him to get a tax refund. Now, some folks, they don't mind stroking the check. Other folks say, let me just break even, right? And sometimes breaking even is an internal win, if you will. Is a moral victory. But how about if all these years Uncle Sam was taking money from you to where now Uncle Sam is writing you a check? You can flip the script if you get tax awareness. In this book, you're going to get the tax awareness. You're going to get some tax codes. You're going to get some examples. You're even going to get some ideas of how you can keep up with all your expenses throughout the year, so that at the end of the year, your tax professional can take your expenses and now go to work and advocate for you so that you can get tax savings. All of that is in this book that I just created about maybe a couple of months ago. It's called The Ultimate Guide to Tax Savings. All right? The Ultimate Guide to Tax Savings. The link is somewhere. I don't know if it's below this video, to the side of this video. I just know there's a link attached to it. Click the link wherever you see it and get access to that book. Now, in this book can be used as a guide to tax planning. Now, it doesn't replace a tax advisory planner, all right? You should always get with your tax professional to get a for tax advisory so that you can get tax planning. But for those who can afford a tax advisory, you can use this book as a guide to give you a strategy, if you will, to lower your tax liability so that you can keep Unc out your pocket. I don't care. The only way Unc can't get in your pocket is you make money under the table. That is the only way that Unc can stay out of your pocket if you make money under the table. And right now, a lot of people are getting away from making money under the table, right? Because of the fact they're trying to, one, for those who are business owners and they pay folks, writing a 1099 on someone or giving someone a W-2, that is a business expense for them to deduct so they can get tax savings. They don't get tax savings if they paying somebody under the table and paying them cash. No, they either going to do a W-2 or they're going to 1099 you, and those get reported up to the IRS. And as a business owner, you get to expense that as a deduction, so you can get the tax savings. Now, the one who received the income or the 1099, now you have to go claim that as income, right? You got to claim that as income. But what is going to shield the money that you're earning in this society to where Big Unc is not in your pocket? I got just the thing for you. Click the link below, get access to the book so that you can lower your tax liability. This book is a fraction of a cost, but this book is going to save you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in tax savings. All right? This is yours truly, Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact we get up each and every day to earn it. You have a God-given right to keep it. Don't forget, click the link below. Wherever you see the link, click the link below. Get access to the book. Get access to the book so that you now can start saving thousands of dollars in tax savings. Even though tax season is over, but this is the season where you start doing get tax awareness, to get the tax strategies and apply them so that you can start saving now in taxes, so you can be positioned at the end of the year to get a favorable tax return. All right? Well, I'll let y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Click the link.